Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial, I'll be showing us a table that shows the radius for different types of skirts. So we have quarter circle skirts, we have half circle, three quarter, and full circle skirts. Okay, so this is a table that shows different radius, and then this column is for the circumference. Maybe you probably want to make a circle skirt. So this shows like the circumference of the waist. So if your waist is probably say 20 inches, okay, or say 19, 32, and all of that. So the first column is for the radius, sorry, the circumference of your waist. Okay, so let's say we're doing 28. That means the radius of a quarter circle for waist 28 is 17 3 quarter. For half circle is 8 7 over 8, and then for three quarter of a circle is 5 7 over 8, and then for a full circle it's going to be 4.5. Okay, so it's a table, so it depends on your waist circumference. So your own waist can be 30, can be 32, and it doesn't have to be waist circumference. It could be that you want to add a peplum to probably your armhole, and your armhole circumference is probably 18. Just find the length, okay, on the first column there, and find the corresponding radius depending on the type of circle that you want to make. Okay, so this is for those that don't want to calculate. All right, so later on I will show us how to fold the different types of circle. Okay, yeah, so let's say I want to make a peplum or a flounce, and the length is 12 inches. That's the circumference. I'll just trace it all the way down depending on the circle I want to work with. So bear in mind that full circle from the name is fuller. Quarter circle is the least of all the circles. Okay, so the circumference or the waist circumference is still the same. The only difference is that the fullness. So a full circle is more fuller, like that. So I'll be showing us how to um, cut a quarter circle, a full circle, and a half circle. Okay, so now I want to work with circumference of 10 inches. So if your waist is 30, you can put 30 instead of 10. Okay, so for a circumference of 10 inches, I have taken all of these from the table there. So for a half circle, the radius is 1 over 8. For a quarter circle, the radius is 6 3 over 8. And for a full circle, the radius is 1 3 over 8. So like I said, I decided to use 10. Your own waist can be 30, can be 45, can be anything. It can be that you want to add a peplum to your basic sleeve, the hemline of your sleeve, and probably your sleeve, the wrist opening is probably 10 or 12. I'm just trying to be very versatile. It doesn't have to be a skirt. You get it. So to cut, we're starting with half circle. You fold your fabric into two like this. Okay, so this is the first fold. Then you now fold on bias the second time. So this is how to fold on bias, as like you're going to fold in like a triangle. Okay, like this. So once you fold like this, the next thing is at the tip of the triangle there, you're going to mark the radius of a half circle. So from what I have there, I think what I have there is so what I have is 3 1 over 8. Okay, so from the edge of my triangle, okay, I'm going to mark 3 1 over 8 round, up to where the triangle ends. I'm just marking it round. Okay, then I'm going to trace out the arc like that. Then from the tip of the arc, I will now measure the length of the skirt or the peplum. So let's say I'm working with 5 inches. So we'll do 5 inches for the length of the skirt or length of the peplum. So I'm marking my 5 inches round. Okay, I'll just mark it round like so. So when I'm done marking, I'll just, join all the points together like I've done. Then I'm going to cut out. Okay. So this is a half circle, right? So you can attach this to your pencil skirt to give you a trumpet skirt. You can attach this to the hem of your sleeve. You can make a flounce, a lot of things. So for the half circle, okay, one edge of the skirt is already open and one part is on fold. Look at what I'm talking about here. One edge is open and the other part is on fold. So this is my half circle. Now the next type of circle we're going to be cutting out is a quarter circle. Okay, so for the quarter circle, it's a very interesting type of circle. You don't need to fold the fabric, you just need the edge of your fabric. That's all. You don't need to fold it. So what you're going to do is, so you're going to measure the radius of the quarter circle from the edge of the paper. So that's 6 3/8. So that's it. The radius of a quarter circle is always more than the other types of circle, okay, because you're not folding it. That's it. Okay, so and then the radius of a full circle is the least because you have more folds. So that's it. So I'm just marking 6 3/8 for the radius of my quarter circle, and I'm maintaining the same length of skirt or peplum so that we can see the difference. Okay, so I'm just marking 6 3/8 as my radius. So don't forget, your quarter circle, you don't fold, you just mark the radius directly. And then another thing with this type of circle is that it has less folds, or let me say the fullness is the least. So this works perfectly for denim or chinos material. Okay, so now that I've marked my radius, I want to now measure the length of my skirts, and we're still measuring the same length, which is 5 inches. So I just mark 5 inches round. Okay, so like I was saying, it works on denim, then this works on sleeves very well. Or you want to make a flounce that you don't want to have probably folds or frills, this works perfectly. So I'll just mark this round. Okay, I'll just mark this round. So the thing is, both for this circle and the first circle, if you place this on your waist, it's still going to go, it will still go around your waist. The only difference is this is less fuller than the first one that we cut, which is the half circle. Okay, so I'm just cutting out like so, and then I'm also going to cut out the radius. Now let me also mention that when you want to cut, you should put into consideration your zipper allowance. Okay, so you can just add allowance to your measurement. So if your waist circumference is 26, okay, you can just make it 27 and then check on the table because of zipper allowance, right? Okay, so now I want to cut the full circle. To cut the full circle, this one is very simple. Our radius is 1 3/8. Okay, so you just fold your paper or your fabric into two. So I'm using paper in this case. So I'm going to fold my paper into two like this. I'll fold it into two. Okay, then I'm still going to fold again, but this time around I'll not fold on bias like I did for the half circle. I will fold, in form of a square like this. Okay, so you see that it's very, very simple. So after folding, you're going to pick the edge of the triangle there, of the square rather, with the folds, and then you mark the radius. Okay, now for a full circle, you might not need to add zipper allowance. That's because you have more fold on this full circle, and then because it's cut on bias, it's going to stretch. So just use your exact waist circumference measurements, as the circumference you're working with, and then you find out the radius on the table, right? So I'm just marking around. I have already marked my radius. Now I'm marking the length of the skirt, which is still 5 inches, just for explanation. Okay, definitely I can't wear a skirt of 5 inches. It's just for explanation. So I will cut out the radius. You can see that the radius of the full circle is very small compared to the one quarter that is, the longest, and then followed by the half circle, which is just in between. Okay, so I didn't do the three quarter because it's not a common type of skirt. So this is my full circle skirt, and if you fold it properly, it doesn't have any opening. You need to create the opening so that you can fix your zipper. Okay, yeah. So this is it. So this is my full circle skirt, and I'll just bring the rest so we can compare and contrast. This is the full circle skirt. This is my half circle.